Do you know that the first resistance against the British colonial rule happened in Igbo land? Hello, welcome to Everything Igbo. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the Aba Women Riot, which happened in Igbo land in 1929. In 1929, something happened in colonial Nigeria that shocked the British Empire. Over 10,000 women, most of them rural Igbo mothers, farmers and traders, rose up in one of the most organized anti-colonial protests ever seen. It wasn't a protest, it wasn't a riot, it was a revolution. The Aba Women Riots changed colonial policy and set the stage for later independence movements. The roots of this problem was British taxation and control. Now, before the British came, Igbo society was decentralized. Each community was ruled by councils of elders, age grades, and women groups like Omada, which are the daughters of the land, and Mikiri, which translates to women's assemblies. But when the British imposed the warrant chief system, they gave full political power to certain men, many of whom were corrupt or untrusted. Women were completely eluded from leadership and decision making. Then came the breaking point. The British planned to tax women just as they had taxed men earlier. This meant rural women who made their living from trading food, palm oil, clothes and farming would now pay money to a government that gave them no voice. One of the colonial officers even sent male tax enumerators into villages to count women, their goats, their food, their children, all in preparation for the new tax. This was the last straw. The rising begins. In this part, women mobilized in November 29 in Oloko, present-day Abia State. One brave widow, Nwanyeruwa, was asked to come out of enumeration by tax officers named Mark Emerowa. She shouted, "You have no right to count me. Tell your masters we will not pay." She ran into the village, gathered other women, and triggered the first spark. The word spread like wildfire through women's network, market, and union, using traditional songs, drums, and coded messages. Within days, over 10,000 women from Aba, Owerri, Umuahia, Bende, and beyond had mobilized. The strategy was protest with power. These were not random mobs. These women were organized, united, and strategic. They used sitting on a man, a traditional Igbo form of protest where women would gather at a man's compound, sing insulting songs, dance a mockery, and shame him into submission. They blocked roads, surrounded government buildings, and forced warrant chiefs to resign. They refused violence, but their numbers and unity shocked the colonial system. In many towns, British officers fled. Some warrant chiefs went into hiding. Now, here comes the bloody response. The terrified colonial government responded with force. In several locations, especially in Opopo, Aba, Utu Etim, Ebo, colonial troops opened fire on unarmed women. Over 50 women were killed, 50 plus others injured. Many were arrested and beaten. These women became martyrs of resistance. Now, as a result of all this, a colonial wake-up call was done. After the dust settled, the British scrapped plans to tax women. They also investigated their own warrant chief system and found it unjust. Eventually, that system was restructured. This riot also forced colonial authorities to pay more attention to the role of women in African society, which they had always ignored. And for Nigerian women, it marked the beginning of political activism. It inspired future female leaders like Funmilayo Ramsey-Kuti, Margaret Ebo, and more. Now, the legacy of this particular riot, the Aba Women Riot, was just about tax. It was not just about tax. It was about freedom, voice, dignity, unity. It showed that ordinary women, mothers, traders, farmers could stand up to an empire. They didn't have guns, but they had unity, wisdom, and fearless hearts. That's why they remembered, not as victims, but as heroes. So, in the final word of this video, I would say the next time someone tells you that women don't fight wars, you should remind them about Aba Women Riot and tell them about Nwanyeruwa. These people single-handedly changed the resistance against the British colonial rule in Igbo land. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I will also plead with you to follow my page, like this video, share with your friends and family. Also click on the link in my profile to follow my YouTube page, subscribe, like and share my videos. Thank you.